Logan Double 87 here, bringing you guys some more CarX. Some things just came up. I guess this is going to be the video, where I guess explain, and I mean really now explain what all happened, with, uh, you know, I guess the ultimate downfall of my channel, in a way. Love to share. I guess I should start out by just saying, overall, I have not had the best year so far. Now, I'm not excusing, anyone else that has had a terrible or even bad year. I mean, you know, COVID, there's COVID, there's, the economy that ultimately crashed, and, that doesn't excuse anyone else, but, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I have been dealing with an addiction problem, and oh shit, got a little bit too fast. But no, I've been dealing with an addiction problem for many months now, and well, as you guys can probably tell, it has highly affected the channel. View count has gone down dramatically. My overall subscribers have dropped. The average views, of course, dropped. The times and frequency of me uploading has dropped. And honestly, that's one example that my addiction has had on my life, is that it has taken full control over my life as a whole and has overall destroyed what I have loved doing. And that one thing being is making and continuously making content that you guys of course love, and I hope you guys still love the content I make, even though it may not be as frequent as it has been. Back in the beginning, I was posting at least every single week, of which sooner or later, hopefully in the near coming, or not upcoming recently, no, yeah, y'all know what I mean. Like, of course, I would love to bring that back. Like I said before, plan on bringing back Skyrim, like it was, a year ago. Made a series on it, moved on, never really, gone back to, continuing that series. Which, of course, that account has been lost, so gonna be starting new anyways. But I am proud to say, as of today, being December 18th, 2022, I am very proud of myself to say this. I am 5 days clean from smoking, and I would say it was very hard, especially the second day. It was the second day probably honestly was the worst. I very well could have ended up in the hospital because of the symptoms and causes that came with the withdrawal. I had a high fever of 103.7. I very well could have, and probably honestly really should have gone to the hospital, but Of course, I didn't, because I knew if I was to go to the hospital, I would have probably gone to a rehabilitation center for drug and alcohol abuse, or whatnot like that. Which I've never been a fan of hospitals, and I bet a lot of people could say that as well. Really, but I was in one before, because sadly enough, I have gone through this in my life before. Uh, Yet this one, which may sound unbelievable to some, but trust me when I say this, it is as real as it can be. Uh, this time, it was on weed. Yes, you guys heard that right. Just plainly on weed is what I was addicted to. Probably not really something you guys would think. I used it to feel happy in some cases, in main cases. Uh, but I shortly started to realize the reason why I wasn't so happy is because I was using it. And it came to the day where I would almost basically wake at night. And for the people that don't know, the meaning behind that saying is basically as soon as you wake up, or roughly when you wake up, you light up, you smoke. And that's it. Came to that point where I knew I don't want my life to be like this. I don't want to, wake up every morning not knowing how I'm going to feel, getting sick every morning, it was hell in some cases, I guess you could say. It really was not how I wanted my life to be, and of course, that ultimately caused me to stop streaming and uploading as a whole I think I stopped for roughly about a month or two, might be a little more, but roughly around that time I just dropped completely. That's ultimately probably when my addiction fully started to kick in. I hate to admit that, but honestly that is the honest truth. Why I stopped streaming, not like I know, in a past video or so, I said the reason why I haven't been streaming is because of mental health. And that is partly true, of course, since I am still going through some mental health problems. One being, just getting out of an addiction that lasted months or so, possibly even more. But, like I said, I am proud to say I am over 5 days clean. It's been a hell of a journey, I will say. Like I said, I could have easily ended up in the hospital. And I probably really should, because of that very high temperature. I was weak, my vision was getting blurry, I felt like I was gonna pass out, and felt like I was honestly on the edge of death. And I want everyone to know, watching this, that is hearing this, if you are going through hard life problems, don't turn to drugs, because honestly, you might feel like it's going to help in the short run, but ultimately in the long run it is not going to help. It's going to become worse. It's honestly going to get worse, because honestly, at first I thought it would help with my depression and everything else that was going bad in my life, but honestly in the long run it made it worse. it was worse to the point where my entire life changed, and I felt like I could do nothing but, get high all the time. And it really was like that. As sad as it may be, I felt like going to worse stuff. Oh, God. Oh, damn. Oh, and this is a problem. But no, addiction is a real thing. It don't matter if it's cannabis, alcohol, caffeine, or whatever. Addiction is real. I gone through it once before, in which I'm over 4 years clean now from the first time. Well, yeah. Yeah, like well over 4 years clean from the first one, and now over 5 days from the most recent one. And I plan on keeping it like that. As hard as it is, still of course has the cravings. Of course, no matter what you have become addicted to, no matter what I am addicted to, you are always going to have cravings. That is just the one thing that ultimately sucks about addiction, is that you're always going to have the cravings. It don't matter, if you're clean for, a couple weeks, a couple months, or even years. Addiction is, yeah. Addiction scars you emotionally for pretty much your whole life. Like I said, I have been over 4 years clean from the first one. And believe it or not, I still get cravings for it. And I more than likely, always will. That's just, the thing that sucks about it. But if I had to send a message to anyone and everyone going through life hard problems, especially if you feel like turning to drugs or alcohol to fix that problem, to cut, well, when I say fix, more than likely you're just gonna try to cover it up. Well, because drugs do not fix. They only cover up to what you want it to be. And so it does not help. It only makes things worse in the long run. Yes, it's going to help, maybe for that time being. Maybe for the day, or, for the weeks or months or years you are on that. But once you see it as a problem, once it starts affecting what you love to do, once it starts affecting your family, your relationship with, your partner, your friendship, the things that you love to do, work, me, streaming, before when I was learning guitar, I got really good at it, honestly, too. Not perfect, of course, because, it was only about a month or two, that I was, learning guitar. Still, got really good at it, and that's, another, example of what addiction does. And like I said, it don't matter if it's, drugs, alcohol, TV, whatever. Addiction causes more than just emotional wear and tear on your life. It affects other people. And the sooner people realize that, the sooner they can ultimately get better. And, I never want it to come like that. I never wanted to wake up every day not knowing how I'm feeling, not being happy, and I mean truly happy. I was happy only for the first few seconds of my life when no, I was only happy for the first like 5 seconds from the time I woke up to when I got high. I was never happy any other time throughout the day with either family, my relationship with my current girlfriend, or, you know, even when I got out to hang out with friends. I would say I'm happy for their sake, but I was not happy for my sake. And it's sad because, you know, it affects family, it affects relationships, it affects friendships, it affects what you love to do in life, no matter what it is, big or small. And as well, it affects, you know, your life. You know, it can turn, you know, from something that may be a small addiction, and of which, you know, mine started out as a small addiction. Maybe, you know, once or twice a week turned into 4 or 5 days a week, and then sooner or later it became 7 days a week. Sometimes even more, you know, a couple times a day even. And, you know, it really did destroy me. Really. You know, I wouldn't go outside. I would stay in my room every day. There'd be times where I don't eat for a number of days because all I did is get high. And, you know... Wait, what? Hey, yo. No way. Did I really just get a pull? Bruh. Vote ban griefing. Oh, okay, this is actually kind of funny. Getting off topic, I know. May, I am not griefing. Okay? Alright, I'm going to leave before that actually goes through and I get banned or whatever. But no. Addiction is a disease. It is a sickness. It is a lifelong thing that really affects you. And not only you, but, you know, people. Yeah, it affects not only you, but other people in your life. And a lot of people may not see that, but it does. If it doesn't, you know, that day that you start, it will start coming into affecting people in the days that follow. And, you know, some people don't want that in their life, and, you know, what happens? They push you out. And that can ultimately turn into your addiction getting worse, turning to harder things. You know, it can really ruin someone's life. And as one that has just gone through one, I do not want anyone, especially any of my viewers, you guys watching, to go through that. Because, you know, one example being, the day I started getting clean, I told my girlfriend this. And she asked me, why have I decided to get clean? And I flat out told her, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for us. I did it for her. I did it for my family. Because it was really ruining all of our relationships. My girlfriend even flat out told me if I didn't end up stopping soon, she wouldn't be in my life anymore. And honestly, when she said that, I was scared. And I was happy that I stopped. Because I knew if I didn't that day, or, you know, that month or week or whatnot, she probably would have left me. And where would I be, you know, if I didn't have her? I would have been in a worse situation than I was when I started and when I was on it. And I even told her, I've told her many times, I do not see a life being merely as happy without her. Oh damn, they already started, okay. But, oh that's the Lamborghini. But yes, if you are currently going through an addiction of any type, get help. Either, you know, reach out to friends, family, you know, whoever your partner may be. Reach out to them, because more than ever, you know, keep going through that. They do not want you to have an addiction. They do not want you to, you know, not be happy or anything. Because they, deep down, I know, they want you to be you. They want you to be happy as you were before. And, you know, addiction takes that part away from you, as it has for me. And, you know, it's not fun. A lot of people, you know, say, you know, well, it's easy for you to say because, you know, you've been only, you know, you're just getting clean or anything. You haven't been on it for years like I have been. Well, I'll tell you what. Saying that is an excuse, because it don't matter if you're been an addict for a few days, a few weeks, months, or even years. The come down is going to be hard. And it's like that for every single kind of an addiction. You're going to have cravings. You're going to have withdrawal symptoms that seem impossible to come over, to get over. You know, like I said, you know, the first, the second, no, yeah. The first 2 days, I was sick to the point where I could hardly even move. And, you know, it really was, I felt impossible. I felt like if I was to, you know, just smoke once, I would be alright. I would not be sick. I would not, like, literally physically be sick, because I was physically sick. And, you know, um, hmm, yes. But, yeah. The first few days, they say the first 2 to 3 days, you're going to peak. And once that peak hits, you might have to go to the hospital. You know, you might need medical attention. So, I sure did. You know, I had to basically take an ice bath to lower my temperature, because I hit a high temperature of 103.7. My vision got blurry to where I felt like I was going to go blind. And, you know, I was so weak that I wasn't nearly as sick as I was, you know, ever, honestly. You know, I've never been that sick before, and at that point, it's really is scary. Um, you know, when that peak hits, you know, like I said, you might have to go to the hospital, and honestly, probably should, really, because it can be really scary. It can be even life-threatening in some cases. You know, serious damage can occur starting at around 104 to 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, and I don't know what that is in Celsius for, you know, the people, you know, that use that measuring system for temperature and whatnot, but anyways, between 104 degrees and 107 degrees Fahrenheit of internal temperature can and will cause serious damage, and possibly even stuff that can last a long time, really. And like I said, you know, I was very weak. I was very tired, you know. My vision was going blurry at that time. I felt like I was going to die. Luckily, I didn't because, well, surely enough, I am still here. But that was my story on, you know, my addiction. Why I haven't, you know, been streaming like I have been. Um, you know, the ultimate downfall of my channel even is because of that one major thing that happened in my life, my addiction. You know, like I said, even, you know, I almost lost the absolute love of my life. And if I did, well, surely enough, I bet you that addiction probably would have become worse. But luckily it didn't. And I asked her why she stuck around for, you know, when she did. And she said, well, because I believed in you. She saw good in me. She saw change. And I am very proud to have her in my life. I am very proud and honestly kind of shocked that, you know, she believed in me, because I bet you if I had anyone else in my life, more than likely they would not have been around for that time either. Because my addiction has pretty much been, you know, our whole relationship so far. Over roughly 4 months in. Well, actually, yeah, exactly 4 months, because I started getting clean on our 4th month anniversary. The last time I smoked was on our 4 months. But if anyone out there is hearing this and that is currently going through an addiction, get help. Seek medical attention. Seek professional attention if you very well feel it necessary. But a lot of people, you may not seem like it, you may not think it, but people are out there that care about you. People are out there to want to see you succeed later in life. Maybe not, you know, become a millionaire or, you know, start your own business or whatnot. They want you to give it your all. They want you to be truly happy, be in a loving, caring relationship even, and overall be you. They do not want to see you fall into a deep, dark, deadly addiction or whatnot. They want to see you be you and happy. But, wow. Well, it's been your boy Logan 087 here, bringing you guys my message. Get help if you are in that state. If you are ready, then go for it. It's been your boy Logan Double A's down here, signing off. Oh shit, I just took a screenshot. Oh.